to Fan Fatales, a member of the Real Fans Network. I'm Emma.
And I'm Gabby, and this episode we're going to be talking about our Disney playlist must-haves, the best songs from straight-to-DVD sequels, and which Disney princess movies, and a few others, pass or don't pass the Bechdel test.
Yes, and we have a lot to talk about, so shall we get started?
Absolutely. Okay, so for this first, little topic that we're going to talk about, these Disney playlist must-haves, we're each going to give our top 15 Disney songs that must be in a good Disney playlist.
Yes, and these can be from animated movies, including Pixar, Disney Channel originals, or from live-action Disney musicals.
Yes, and please remember, these are just our thoughts, just our opinions. If you have a difference of opinion, let us know on our Instagram, on the post that we make for this episode, or you can tweet us at FanFatalesPod.
So shall we start with number 15?
Sure.
You want to go first?
Sure. I said for number 15, Out There from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Why are you shaking your head at me already?
Because it's much higher on my list.
No.
Yes.
No.
I said Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious from Mary Poppins.
Honestly, that song's okay. I don't think it's my favorite from Mary Poppins, though.
So how I kind of, picture this playlist is, if I put a Disney playlist on shuffle, what songs would I, not skip that I have to sing, on a 4-hour car ride?
Okay. Yeah, I kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
And Super Cal is always one I sing. I'm not saying the full name multiple times.
Sometimes I have to skip it. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? This is just not the vibe right now.
Yeah.
Last night, all I wanted to listen to was, old Disney. I need a playlist that's just vintage Disney, anything from before 1980. So, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Snow
Mary
White,
Poppins, all
stuff.
those.
Yeah. But, not the vibe. The slow, Peggy Lee singing He's a Tramp from Lady and the Tramp.
Yes. Or,
He's a tramp.
Or Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Or, okay, I will say, though, the one song that I freaking love from Mary Poppins every single time is, Sister Suffragette, the one that the mom sings.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with it.
Same.
Did you see that small shop that did the mini ears that were of the mom?
Yes.
I was like, yes!
And I think I've seen them in person on Dapper Day because, so many people dressed as the mom specifically,
they're
from
so
Mary
cute.
Poppins, and was adorable.
Because she's an icon.
Yeah, she is.
She is. She really is. She said, go feminism. And I love her.
Yes.
Okay. Number 14.
The Circle of Life from The Lion King.
I said The Bells of Notre Dame from Hunchback.
To Hunchback.
Yeah. I love it. I love the end with the really with sing the bells, 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 bells. I love it. It's just
Yeah.
It gets me
good.
so hype.
And mine is kind of the end to, Rafiki lifting him up. The, swelling of the, it's the circle of life.
So it's not the, nah,
no, that startles me on my 4-hour car drive.
Absolutely. Every time that song comes on, I, jump a little.
Same.
Because I'm, so into the last song, and it's just so abrupt. It's just, in your face. Nah!
So, what's your number 13?
I said Zero to Hero from Hercules.
Okay. I said This Is Me from Camp Rock.
Oh, that's a good one.
I love This Is Me.
Tell me why my first thought was not This Is Me, but Introducing Me, the one that Nick Jonas sings.
That one's also really good.
That one's also really good.
Yeah. Have you seen the video, speaking of that song, of him doing it in, a minute and a half?
No?
He, at, some concert, one of his brothers, dared him to do it, and he did it.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I love that
It
song.
was,
That's
right around the time the movie came out.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's an honorable mention for me.
Yeah.
This Is Me is good, too.
This Is Me is good, yeah.
Yeah. Number 12.
I Won't Say I'm in Love from Hercules.
Okay. not gonna lie, I kind of had that song ruined for me after meeting Susan Egan. Like,
Really?
yeah, like I can't listen to that song ever again. Well, I can, but I can't do it. It like, I don't know. Stirs up
Interesting.
some weird feelings for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I can't listen to it anymore. But that is a good song. But for number 12, I've said I've Got a Dream from Tangled.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a lot of Alan Menken.
Yeah, I think it just shows how freaking amazing Alan Menken is.
I'm looking at my list, and it's mostly Alan Menken.
I have a bit of Alan Menken, but I have some others. I have 2 Phil Collins songs.
I know.
Which you know are bangers. Phil Collins went so hard on every soundtrack he was a
I
part of.
I have one on my
Okay.
list.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. So number 11.
Speaking of Phil Collins, my number 11 is On My Way from Brother Bear.
Oh my god. And mine is Just Around the River Bend from Pocahontas.
I was debating putting Colors of the Wind in here. 'Cause
That
I do
one's also
like
really
Colors of the
good.
Wind.
I love Just Around the River Bend though.
Just Around the River Bend's
It's
really
an
good.
underrated song from that show.
It
or
really
from
is.
that movie.
It is.
Yeah.
I was debating putting one of them in, but you know what? They just got knocked out by the DComs.
So what's your number 10?
Number 10. Okay, number 10. I've been listening to it a lot, so I don't know. I think I have to move it up really quick.
Oh my god.
Wait, I think I have to move it up. I've been jamming out so hard to this song lately. I think I'm gonna put it.
If it moves all
No, I just moved it up. I just
way
switched
high.
it one.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Okay, number 10. My new number 10 is "Touch the Sky" from Brave.
And mine is Friend Like Me from Aladdin.
That one, oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Friend Like Me is very good.
I love Friend Like Me.
Especially the new one. I love the Will Smith one. It's so good. The
Yeah.
dancing is 10 out of 10.
That one, and I love the Broadway version
Yeah.
too.
Oh
All
my
of them.
gosh, why didn't we put Speechless on here? Damn it, Gabby. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. But yeah, I got to perform Friend Like Me for the charity I performed with like all of 2020 like online. This like 7-year-old kid that is like a family friend of mine, he wanted his birthday party to be raising money for it, so he had all of his favorite performers that were involved
That's
with
so
it
cute.
perform and raise money, and it was like $7 we were raising, like $7 donations please, because he was turning 7. And he gave us a list of all his favorite songs, and I sang Friend Like Me.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really, really cute.
So I had to have Friend Like Me on this
Yeah.
list.
That's adorable. What's your number 9?
Son of Man from Tarzan.
Which one?
Son of Man, look to the sky. Da, 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 da,
Why don't I
da,
remember this
da,
song
da.
at all? To be fair, I haven't seen this movie in about 10 years, maybe 15, so...
Okay, it is called Son of Man. I'm glad I like checked that
Yeah.
now. But it's the song that is like his montage of him growing up.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's no problem.
My number 9 is Eye to Eye from Goofy Movie.
Oh my God.
Why? What? It's
None.
so good. It gives off
I like
off
it a
all
lot.
of the 90s Prince and Michael Jackson vibes that I love about the 90s. So or the 80s.
Yeah.
And I love it. So plus it's a really cute song if you listen to the words.
Yeah.
So that's that.
What's your number 8?
Scream from High School Musical 3.
Mine is Out There from Hunchback.
I think it's good. I don't think it's that good. I just really don't like the beginning with Claude Frollo and Quasimodo and him being like, you are deformed and you are ugly. Like, I hate
Yeah.
that part. It's like, oh my god, Frollo, leave him alone. This is his song. Why are you singing here? Go away. Like, I feel like it just needs to start
Yeah.
at the safe behind these windows and these parapets of stone. Like, that's where it should start.
Well, that's where most of the karaoke tracks
Well, yeah,
start.
but not the actual track, which bothers me.
Yeah, same.
They need one that's just starting there, and then they need one that has, like, the Claude Frollo bit at the beginning, because I freaking hate it.
Or the Quad Frollo one needs to be its own
Yeah.
separate track.
Like, it could be, like, Out There Prologue or something like that.
Yeah. Um, this one also has a weird memory tied to it. My senior year, my friend Michael, he did this for like our senior showcase of for high school, and it was right around the time that the fire at Notre Dame had happened. So he dedicated his
That's
performance
really sweet.
to those efforts.
That's
and all
cool. Very nice. Fair warning, I have 4 Disney Channel original movie songs in a row, and they are from the same 2 movies.
I mean I have 2 Tangled the TV series show songs on my
That's
list.
fair. So what's your number 7?
Mine is Show Yourself from Frozen 2.
Ah, damn, that's a good one too.
Thank you. I like that one so much better than Into the Unknown.
I completely agree.
Everyone is like, oh, Into the Unknown is going to be the new Let It Go. No.
Show Yourself's 10 times better.
Yeah. What's your number 7?
Dance With Me from Cheetah Girls 2.
That one's good.
Was so good. I love Drew Seeley.
That one is so good.
Do you remember him, Drew Seeley?
A little bit.
He was, oh gosh, who was he? He was the guy who played, oh gosh, I can't remember his name, but he was like the prince in Another Cinderella Story, the one with Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah.
The one where they're dancing. Yeah, that's Drew Seeley. And he also, my favorite fun fact about Drew Seeley is that because Zac Efron wasn't the best singer when they did High School Musical, the first one, Drew Seeley sang for Troy for the whole thing.
That is why the name is familiar. That fact right there. Not even that he was in a Selena Gomez movie.
No, Drew Seeley sang for Troy for a majority of that movie. Like, you can hear when it switches over in Breaking Free, because like Zac Efron does the "We're soaring, flying, there's not a star in heaven that we can't reach."
And then it goes into the "We're breaking free."
That's Drew Seeley. And you can hear it. There's like an audible difference. It's like bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? They had to do what they had to do.
They did.
It just, I love that fact. So yeah. Love him. It's Drew Seeley and Belinda who played, oh gosh, what's her name? Marisol in Cheetah Girls 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 6. Okay. Number 6. I love number 6. I did it. I performed it for my American Sign Language show case thing that we did in high school. And it's Why Wait from Cheetah Girls 2. That's the one that Marisol sings at the club when she's wearing those funky ass pants that's like one leg is a short and one leg just has the knee cut out. You know the pants I'm talking about?
Yes.
I had a pair. I made 2 pairs of those pants when I was in elementary school because I wanted to be her so bad. I wanted to be her.
And mine is from a very, very recent Disney movie, being We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
That one is like my most listened to song from that soundtrack.
I think mine is What Else Can I Do? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bruno just like, I've heard it so much, I'm like, I don't even want to listen to it anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I like hear it all the time. Every time it comes on, I'm like, okay, well, I guess. But then like when I listen to it on TikTok, I'm just like, okay, next. Too much.
I also like All For You from that.
All of You?
Is that the name? All of You.
That one's good. There's
All
a lot
For You.
to say about Bruno. Okay, I'll start. Papa, I'm sorry about your wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that song too.
That one's good. But yeah, I like the Family Madrigal. That's good. Oh,
yeah, that
I
was
just thought
good.
of another honorable mention for me. It's Colombia Mi Encanto, the one that Carlos Vives sings.
That one's good. Yeah. What's your number
My
5?
number 5 is Can I Have This Dance from High School Musical 3. I swear this is the last one. It's so good. So, okay, the reason I chose this song is because I've been listening to it a lot. Because the other day, it was just pouring rain, and I listened to it on repeat. Every time it rains, I have to listen to this song.
God.
And I want to go out and dance in the rain, but it was freezing cold the night that it was raining. It was literally like 40 degrees over here. So I was like, I don't want to get hypothermia, so I'm just going to go inside. But I don't know. I have like a
Yeah.
special connection to that song. I would definitely make that my like first dance at my wedding. So what's your number 5?
I Will Make You Proud from the Tangled TV series.
Okay, I don't know that one. I haven't seen the series yet.
So Jeremy Jordan sings this
Freaking love
song,
him.
which is, yeah, he's great. And it's his character's, like, I Want song, I guess we can call
Mhm.
it. And he's talking to his dad about, like, his dad has just been, like, encased in this, like, stone thing that he caused, kind of, because his character's, like, an alchemist. And he's like, okay, I'm going to solve everything. I'm going to go to Rapunzel. And it's his, like, I'm walking to go save my dad and make him proud of me for
That's
once.
nice.
Yeah. And then there's a reprise of it that makes me sad.
Oh.
But Alan Menken wrote the music.
Yeah, of course. Of course,
So-
Alan Menken wrote the music. Alan Menken is like a freaking Disney god.
The Tangled show is how he won. Is it the Emmys that are the TV show
I think
awards?
so, yeah.
That's how he won his Emmy for his EGOT, was the Tangled TV series.
Got it. Makes sense.
But not for either song that I have on my list.
Oh, what? Okay.
I do love that song, and that one is a very close honorable mention, and it is Waiting in the Wings.
Which one's that?
It's in season 2, and
Mhm.
Eden Espinosa,
Oh, I love her.
is that how you? Yeah, her character sings it, and she has just found out, kind of spoiler alert news of stuff going on. I don't want to spoil the show for people.
Okay, so then...
Okay, do you want me to do like spoiler alert for Tangled the TV series?
No, it's fine, because I don't want to know either.
Okay. But basically, she's feeling like she's in Rapunzel's shadow the whole time, and it's her being like, I guess I'm stuck waiting in the wings.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's sweet. Well, I
Yeah.
guess not. I guess that's really sad, but...
I mean, she's also like Rapunzel's handmaiden in the show.
Oh, which is like, it's literally her job.
Yeah.
Okay,
But yeah.
cool. What's your number 4?
Go the Distance from Hercules.
Yeah, that one's a good one. I almost put it on here. I almost did. But then I
Okay.
was like, nah. Mine is Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid.
I almost put that one on my list. So.
Yeah. Look at us.
Yeah.
I just
Look at
love,
us
I love,
being
I just
so
love
similar.
that song. It's just so good. Every time it comes
It
on,
is.
I just like, oh. I also love the reprise too. If that's like,
Oh my
if
gosh,
that can be a part of
yes.
it. I want to like it's the same song. It's just a reprise of the song.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, the reprise, just like, oh, yes, I freaking love it.
So what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride from Lilo and Stitch.
That one's a good one.
So good. Every time it comes on, I jam the F out. That's like the song of the summer for me every summer.
Funny enough, mine kind of is too, being How Far I'll Go from Moana.
Yeah, I almost put that one on my list. That one is also like, that's a good one.
Yeah. I love How Far I'll Go.
Both very summery songs. Okay, I like the one with like the girl who plays Moana. I never know how to say her name, so I'm not even going to try because I don't want to butcher
Oh,
it.
yeah, I don't either.
But I
Yeah.
hate the Alicia Cara version.
Same.
I absolutely hate it. Just as much
Same.
as I don't like the not the Jeremy Jordan, the, oh my gosh, what's his name? Jordan Fisher version of You're Welcome.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
Leave the originals alone. Just like the same way I don't like that Christina Aguilera sings Reflection from Mulan. That one also sucks.
It
Any
does.
pop version of these songs really sucks.
And
for the
didn't it
most part.
start with Aladdin for the pop thing at the end of the credits?
I don't remember.
I don't either. But it started in the 90s.
Yeah, and I don't like it.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
So what's your number 2?
Number 2, for a very specific reason, but it's If I Didn't Have You from Monsters, Inc. And the very specific reason is towards, like, the middle of the song, like, Sully just starts singing the whole song by himself, and Mike keeps going in to sing his parts, and then he goes, why do you keep singing my parts? And it just, like...
God.
I love it. And then I love at the end when they're like finished, kind of. And then Mike goes, "One more time!" And he goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked!" And then he does, and then it's like a big chorus, and he goes, "Where did everybody come from?" And then they're all dancing, and it's so cute. I just love his little interjections in the whole song. It just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Also, these two big guys are light on their feet. Don't you dare dip me, don't you dare dip me, don't you dare dip me. Ah, I should have stretched. It's just so good. I just love it. It's every aspect of that song is like 10 out of 10. Love it.
And mine is Determinate from Lemonade Mouth.
That is a good one. That's a very good one.
Thank you.
Do you remember ever seeing like I don't know who it was, but somebody did like a cover of the Lemonade Mouth song Determinate, but instead of terminate, it was exterminate, and it was about like killing bugs and stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay. In 3rd grade, after the like big school talent show, my teacher did a like class talent show for the people who like didn't want to get up in front of the whole school, just wanted to do it for our class. And my friend and I did that version of this song.
God.
And it was the funniest thing I've ever done in my entire life, aside from dancing to the peanut butter jelly song at my talent show in elementary school.
I think the only talent show I ever was a part of was when my friends and we did the song Amazing Maisie from Seussical.
I'm obsessed.
In elementary school, and I was one of the bird girls. And in that same talent show, one of my friends did It's Possible, or whatever it is called, from Seussical as well, the JoJo song, in the bathtub.
Oh, yeah. I think that's It's Possible. Yeah.
Yeah. And they rolled out like a fake bathtub for that song for her.
No.
I remember her doing that.
That's so cool.
Or it was like a pool or like something she was in.
That's cute.
Yeah.
So you guys basically did your own production of Seussical.
Yes, and that's the only time I've ever done Seussical.
I love it.
It was when we did those 2 songs for our elementary school talent show.
I love it.
I think it was in 5th grade.
One of my favorite songs from Seussical is the opening number, the "Oh, the Things You Can Think."
Yes, I love the songs in Seussical.
They're pretty good.
Honestly.
I like the, every year for like a dance/theater camp that I did, we would always open the show with "Oh, the Things You Can Think." I don't know why, but it was always the same choreography, and it was "Oh, the Things You Can Think." And every year for like 4 years, I played JoJo, and it was freaking amazing. One year I was the Cat in the Hat. That was fun too.
That's great. So what's your number 1?
My number 1 comes to us from Papa Phil Collins. Yes, and it is Strangers Like Me from Tarzan.
That's a good one.
That literally every single time it comes on, I cannot help but scream the entire song.
Yeah. And mine is Nothing Left to Lose from Tangled, the TV series, which is Jeremy Jordan and Eden Espinosa doing a duet, and her character has like kind of gone to the dark side a little bit, and it's him trying to pull her back to the light.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I plan on using that song for a Padme Anakin video.
I was just gonna say, it sounds very much like Padme and Anakin.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Except reverse.
Yeah.
Gender-wise, at least.
Yeah.
So shall we get on to talking about some of the best songs from the Disney straight-to-DVD sequels?
Yes, and I'm only talking about legitimately 3 movies.
I have 5.
Yeah, I got 3. But number 5, what's yours?
Dig a Tunnel from Lion King 1.5.
Okay, I have a question. Is that the one that quick before the hyena comes?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I couldn't remember what that song was called or what movie it was from, but I was thinking of that movie too. I was thinking of that song too. I just couldn't think of it.
I was like, quick before the hyena comes song.
Yeah, I couldn't think of which one it was.
And then I Googled that, and then it came up as Dig a Tunnel from Lion King 1.5.
Yes, that is I was also thinking of that one. I just could not remember what it was.
Yeah.
And I was too tired to fix it. So thank you for putting that in, because I've been
You're welcome.
trying to figure out what song that is for like 3 days.
Yes.
Okay. My number 5 is Down to the Sea from Little
That's
Mermaid
a good
2.
one. I have a Little Mermaid 2 song on my list.
I can't believe you put it so high, though.
It's so good.
I don't know. I don't think it's that good. I don't know, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
No, don't change it. Don't change it. Just leave it.
No,
leave it.
I'm not changing that
Okay.
one. I'm changing.
I was going to say, no, leave it, leave it. I'm sorry, that was mean.
Okay, there we
Okay.
go. What's your number 4?
My number 4 is For a Moment from Little Mermaid 2.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a very good one.
We have a couple of similar songs on our list.
Yeah.
Mine is At the Ball from Cinderella 3, A Twist in Time. It is
Okay.
the song that Jack and Gus sing to Prince Charming.
I totally forgot about that one too. Oh my gosh.
At the ball.
Yes. Yeah, Cinderella was a na 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 na. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know which one
That
you're talking
one.
about.
And he's like,
It's the one where he's like locked in like a closet, right? And they're like singing
yeah,
to
like
him.
in the study, and they're singing to him.
Yeah.
And then, like, right after that song is the iconic scene from that movie.
When he
where
jumps
the king
out the
is
window.
like, yes! Where the king is like, I forbid you to take another step down these stairs. And he just looks at the window, goes, okay, and
Yeets.
flies.
Honestly, okay. I think Cinderella 3 is so much better than the second one.
Yes, it is.
I think Cinderella 3 is 10 times better than the second one and should have been the second one instead. Also,
Yes.
I like that it gives the prince a freaking personality.
I know. It's like the first 2 Disney princess films did not know how to personality.
No, they were like, guys have personalities? What's that? Not a clue.
And then they got to, Philip doesn't really even have a personality.
Well, it was Snow White, then it was Sleeping Beauty, then it was Cinderella.
Yeah.
But yeah, Philip doesn't really have a personality either. He just does what he's told by the fairies.
And same with Eric. The first one to have a personality is the Beast.
Yeah, I agree. Have you seen that? Have you seen that audio on TikTok where it's like, oh, he'll probably think it's weird that I'm like not talking to him. Like maybe when he starts like asking me a question
I've seen that.
or something. Wait, he hasn't even asked me anything about myself. What? How many sisters do I have? What's my favorite thingamabob?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. It actually gives Prince Charming a personality, which I love. He's very funny. 10 out of 10.
I love At the Ball, though.
That one is so good.
So what's your number 3?
I said I Still Believe from Cinderella 3. That's the one that Hayden Panettiere sings. It's like the credit song.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? It's like
I know which one you're
it's
talking
so
about.
good. But you can't find it on Spotify. Like the only place I could find it was on YouTube, and I was like, I'm gonna cry.
That's so upsetting.
Yeah. Like they're
Mine is,
gone.
yeah.
Okay, what's
And
yours?
mine is One of Us from The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. It's the song where they're like, deception, disgrace, even a man. It's the song that they're singing to Kozu. Is that his name? The evil looking lion that is Kiara's love interest. Have you not seen Lion King 2?
I have seen it, but I saw it when I was probably like 5 years old.
Okay. So basically, there's like a lion that looks kind of like a young Scar that
Okay.
is Kiara's, which is Simba's daughter's love interest.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, he like deceived us because his family attacked, and he's like already like turned to Kiara and Simba's side.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh no, you lied to us. Leave.
Okay.
And that's that song.
Okay. What's your number 2?
I know you're gonna be so mad at me because I know.
I don't know. I think number 2 is a perfectly fine spot for
Okay.
this song.
Okay. Like Other Girls from Mulan too.
Yeah, I feel, yeah. This song is good. I love this song.
It's so good.
I love this song so much.
Too.
And I was so salty that TikTok took it down when I posted that one video doing this song.
Yes!
Because it was such
TikTok took it down?
Yeah, well, no, they didn't take it down. They took the audio away. So it's just like no audio, which sucks because it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was really salty. But yeah, that's a good one. I love that song so much.
Yeah, same.
Mine is lesson number 1 from Mulan 2.
That one's also really good.
Yeah, it's the scene where she's teaching all the little girls how to be warriors.
Yes.
They're like, we want to be strong like you. And she's like, well, it doesn't happen overnight. And it's not just being strong. It's balance. It's about balance.
Have you seen Mulan Jr. on stage?
No.
I have. The theater company should not have done it, but that's beside the point. But they combine this into part of I'll Make a Man Out of You. And Mulan is like, I don't think, like, it's just strength or whatever. And then she starts doing the, like a flower, I am soft, like bamboo, I've been in the wave. And then, why did his name?
Li Shang?
Yes, him. He sings, like, the more tough part. Like, all the, like, tough stuff.
Like a rock.
And then she's doing, like,
it must
yeah,
be
he's
hot,
doing
hot,
the, like a rock, haha, thing. And she's doing the, like, and then they do, like, the balance
In the
part.
overlapping
and then it goes
part.
back into, I'll Make a Man Out of You.
That's
It's the weirdest thing.
really weird.
Yes, thank you.
But this
You'll
song
have
is
to
so
find
good.
it.
I'm kind of glad they, like,
It is.
incorporated it somehow. But, like, I think there's another way to incorporate it.
Oh, same.
Because
It's really weird.
it's a really good song.
It is.
Very good. Mulan 2 has some bangers. I honestly think Mulan 2 is better than Mulan 1. I said it.
I really like
I've
Mulan
said it
too.
multiple times. People think I'm crazy. I just think the
I really
original
like
Mulan,
Mulan
is a
too.
little long and a little boring.
For a majority of it, it's really boring.
It's very long and it's pretty boring in the middle until the end when when they're like fighting the Huns and blah blah blah, and then she goes and she has to go get married. Oh wait, no, that's the new one. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's in Mulan 2 when she gets married to that one prince guy and he just
Yeah.
makes a Chinese finger trap. I hate that.
yes.
But like, like she's like the savior of China. Like that's the only like fun part is when they're like at the emperor's palace and like
Yes.
she's fighting the Hun general. That's like the most exciting bit in like an hour.
Yeah.
It gets kind of boring there. So anyway, that's why I like Mulan
So
too.
what's your honorable mention?
My honorable
Before we
mention
get into number 1.
is also from Mulan 2, and it's A Girl Worth Fighting For.
The little reprise that the 3 soldier guys do.
It's not a reprise. It's the original. It's like the original.
It's like their verses in the original. It's not the full.
No, it's totally different. It's like it's different. I don't even know how to
Okay.
explain it. They're like talking about like, oh, this is all of my accomplishments. Like I can't remember.
Yeah,
what's his
yeah,
name.
you're right.
He says like, oh, I have a plaque that says I kicked Hun booty, and it's like, oh, like we came back and we had everything we could ever want when we returned from war, everything but a girl worth fighting for. So it's like
Yeah.
a totally different take on the original.
Okay. And mine
Yeah.
is He Lives in You from Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. It's He Lives in You from the Broadway show. They put it into Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love He Lives in You, and I was like, it has to be mentioned.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your number 1?
For a Moment from Little Mermaid 2.
Yeah.
I love this song so much.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
I
will
love
admit.
Melody so much. Rather.
She's not my fave, but you know what? I can see why you like her. I don't think she's terrible. I don't think she's like
Okay.
a bad. There are some sequels that are just like really bad. This is not one of them.
Yeah. You know what's a really good one, but like only has one song that's like high key depressing? the Peter Pan 2 Return to Neverland with Wendy's daughter.
Yeah.
That, like, one song in it is so depressing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. My number one is Like Other Girls from Mulan 2. It's so good.
It's so good.
It's literally the best song in the entire Mulan franchise, in my opinion. I think it's even better than I'll Make a Man Out of You. I said it. Roast me all you want. I think I'll Make a Man Out of You
didn't process in my brain for like 5 seconds, and I was like, wait a second.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'll Make a Man Out of You is kind of overrated.
It is.
Just a little bit. It's a banger.
It is.
Don't get me wrong. It's such a banger.
But it wasn't on either one of our top 15.
Which says something. So, I think I'm going to make it an honorable mention, though.
Okay.
But, anyway, I said it. Those are my thoughts. Wow, I can't. I'm probably going to get lots of people being like, what the hell are you thinking? But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't care. Because that song is just that good. So, the last topic that we're going to talk about today is which Disney princess films pass the Bechdel test?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gabby, what is the Bechdel test?
So,
for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, so the Bechdel test is a little test that was derived in the 80s by this lady. I can't remember her first name, but her last name was Bechdel, hence why it's called the Bechdel test. And for a film to pass this test, it must have at least 2 named female characters that talk to each other about something that's other than a man. So, it basically measures gender equality in films.
Wow, so the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, doesn't count for it.
No, it doesn't pass at all.
Wow, that's so weird.
Mm-hmm. Neither does none of the original trilogy pass.
That's wild.
Yep. I don't think even the prequels pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
It is.
I think even some of the sequels don't even pass.
Yeah, they do.
Some of them don't.
Some of them do, but some of them don't.
I don't remember which ones, but I have to go back and watch
the
them.
ones that have Leia and Rey talking with each other.
Yeah.
Those ones pass.
But Rose and Rey, kinda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So.
Rogue One passes.
It does. Solo doesn't.
So we are going to be going down the list of Disney Princess franchise from Snow White all the way down to Moana, as well as a few other Disney movies, and discuss if they pass the Bechdel test or not, and why they pass or fail.
Yeah. So, let's get started with this. I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. And honestly, for me, it's more of a matter of just like, I think it's an interesting fact. I mean, I'm not going to like not watch a movie because it doesn't pass or it does pass, because there are some like fantastic movies that don't pass, like Star Wars.
We were just talking about the Star Wars and most of the original Marvels.
Yeah, most of the original Marvels, some of the Harry Potter films, like there's a lot of fantastic films that do not pass this test at all. So I just think it's something that's more interesting to look at, and I don't know, something to be aware of. Not necessarily like in a judgy way, just like, that's interesting fun fact.
Yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes not all movies need to pass, you know?
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's just how it is. Anyway.
Snow White.
Snow White. Now, Snow White is kind of debated. It's kind of 50-50. Some people say it passes. Some people say it doesn't. And we'll get into why. So, there's a website called BechdelTest.com, and it is a lifesaver when it comes to these movies. So, there was a user on BechtelTest.com, and his name is Mike. He's like one of the like verified users of whatever.
Okay.
And he says, Snow White is a tricky one. There are two substantial female roles, Snow White and the Queen, who is given no name and later turns into a witch, who refers to herself as Old Granny, in quotes. Snow White and the Queen never actually speak to one another, but the Queen as witch and Snow White interact at length near the end of the film. After asking if, quote, the little men, end quote, are away, and inquiring about Snow's pie making, the witch tells her, quote, it's apple pies that make men folks' mouths water, end quote, and offers her a poison apple. The forest animals attack the witch, but Snow shoos them away, quote, they're there, end quote. Snow comforts the witch, I'm sorry, and the witch complains of a, quote, poor heart, and says to Snow, quote, take me into the house and let me rest, end quote. Once inside, she asks for a drink of water. The witch then tells Snow, quote, this is no ordinary apple, it's a magic wishing apple, end quote. Really, asks Snow. Yes, now make a wish and take a bite. After a cutaway to the dwarves, the witch continues, there must be something your little heart desires. Perhaps there's someone you love. And then Snow says, well, there is someone. I thought so. Old Granny knows a young girl's heart, she replies. So Snow wishes her prince will come and, quote, that he will carry me away to his castle where we will live happily ever after. And blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Kara, cut that out. Okay. Snow bites the apple and then drops dead. Triumphantly, the witch exclaims, now I'll be the fairest in the land. Okay, not every detail has to do with men, but the subtext of all this is that the little men aren't here, and that the prince isn't here, and that the nameless queen/witch doesn't want Snow around to compete with. But I guess Snow is comforting the witch, and the exchange over the, quote, magic wishing apple technically qualifies as not about a man. So, you can give the movie the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
In the comments, people say that because the queen isn't credited with a name that it doesn't count, and that because the subtext is about men that it doesn't count, but I think that it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's something that, like, it depends, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, half the characters in this movie don't even have names.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, it's just the prince, and it's just the queen, and
yeah,
the
like
huntsman.
when you get autographs from him, from Snow's prince in the parks.
Yeah,
it's the Snow Prince is what he signs.
Yeah. People say it's Prince Florian, but it's like he's never credited as that. It's just the prince.
Yeah.
And it's just the queen and the huntsman. Like, the only characters with names are Snow White and the dwarfs. So it's like...
Yes. I think it passes.
I think it passes enough.
Yes.
So
speaking of films that passes, Sleeping Beauty passes with flying colors. There are multiple named women. Aurora / Briar of Rose, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, and Maleficent. And they talk to each other about a topic other than men, including Aurora's birthday cake, how to keep her safe, and the dress being, if make it pink, make it blue.
Yeah, especially like when the scene that I specifically was thinking of is when, like, the fairies first find out that they're going to take care of Aurora, and they shrink down and get really little, and they're all like,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they're like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to keep her safe from Maleficent? And then Flora's like, no magic. And Merryweather's like, hold up.
Yeah.
So in the comments, user Luminum said, this is, again, from everything that I'm going to talk about from the comments is going to be from BechtelTest.com if you want to check it out. So user Luminum said, the fairy godmothers, while often befuddled, demonstrate their strength at the end of the film. They place the entire kingdom under their power for the sake of Aurora, not the prince. Likewise, Merryweather demonstrates strong ability and attitudes throughout the film, providing Aurora with the only useful gift, the promise of life.
Yeah.
Questioning why Aurora must marry a prince instead of someone she actually loves, and deciding to leave the fairies and prince to eliminate the threat of Maleficent's raven, Diablo, chasing it down, outsmarting it, and turning it to stone before it can inform Maleficent of Philip's escape. While Flora's leadership may be unearned, and her powers useful only in protecting Philip, and Fauna is all but useless and passive. Which, I mean, they're not wrong.
They're not.
Yeah. Merriweather is an excellent example of female agency, albeit nascent, which means like scatterbrained and or unorganized. Also,
Yeah.
Maleficent is like one of the strongest Disney villains like ever.
Ever. Yeah.
Like, without question. I mean, maybe besides like Hades, because he's like literally a
Oh,
god.
God.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it goes without saying. Maleficent is like one of the strongest female villains ever.
Yeah.
One of the strongest villains, period.
Yes.
Okay. Cinderella.
Also passes with flying colors. There are multiple named women: Cinderella, Lady Tremaine, Anastasia, and Drizella, and they talk to each other on a topic other than men. Lady Tremaine scolds Cinderella and the girls all the time, and the stepsisters bicker nonstop. Ironically, the men solely talk about marriage and women.
Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So, user Drew Olds said, "This is a clear example of the limitations of the test. It passes with flying colors. In fact, the men are the only one who talk about marriage and women. Of course, this film is still fundamentally sexist. Cinderella is not allowed to be an active protagonist, even in the absence of anyone else to do so. The story is all things happen to her, and she does almost nothing to further her goals," which I personally disagree.
Yeah, same.
I think she's a very active protagonist. Yes, she's put in situations where she can't necessarily act, but I think, I don't know, I think she is...
She's more active than Aurora.
Oh, well, yeah.
Aurora's in Snow White.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the time period, look at the other two princesses before her.
Yeah, absolutely. I think,
They're asleep.
yeah. They literally have to be saved by a prince, in which case, Cinderella, like, we've already talked about her before, but, like, her goal isn't to go meet the prince and be married. Her goal is to go to the ball, is to have a good time and, like, be allowed to be like other girls.
Yeah.
And I also think that when she, like, is going to get or when she needs the key to get out of her room that she's been locked in by Lady Tremaine, like, there's only so much she can do, but she actively is like, okay, Gus, Jock, please, the key is in her pocket, help me. And she defends herself to the little Duke guy who's trying on the slipper, and to the king.
Yeah. And not to mention the sequels.
Yeah. I mean, the sequels make her even 10 times better, especially Cinderella 3, when she has to sneak back into the castle all by herself and figure out what the heck is going on. Yes.
We love Cinderella 3
Cinderella
on this
3
podcast.
is just 10 out of 10.
Yes.
So, anyway, I completely disagree with that user about their thoughts on it. I think it's just, if you think about the time period, I think it is very, very forward thinking.
Yeah.
Because she makes the best out of her situation, and she does her best to get out of it. Anyway, okay, that's all I have to say. Okay, next.
So, Little Mermaid counts.
Kinda.
Technically.
Kinda. Well.
Kind of.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a sure.
Yeah, same. There are two or more named women, being Ariel, Ursula, and Carlotta, and they talk to each other about something other than men. Ursula with the contract, with Ariel. Also, Ursula explaining to Ariel what she does. And then Ariel and Carlotta have a sort of conversation, although Ariel is mute at that point in the film, about her being washed up from a shipwreck and getting her in some clothes.
Yeah. So, okay. There's some discussion about Ariel, because some people are saying that, like, the only reason she wants to be human is because of Eric. And then other people are like, no.
Part of your world is prior to her seeing Eric for the first time.
Well, no, she meets Eric first, but...
No?
Yeah, she meets him on the ship first. But...
What is part of your world, then? I thought it was...
Part of your... The fire on the ship happens within, like, the first 15 minutes of that movie.
Really?
Yeah. But...
Why is the order of that film just so out of place?
But, okay, but here's the thing. It's not because she wants to be part of the world before that. She's on the
Yeah.
boat in the first 2 minutes of the movie. She's on the sunken boat with Flounder at the beginning. Like, she's already fascinated with it. He's just like an added bonus, you know? So, but anyway, user Undead Hippo said, the conversation between Ursula and Ariel is long and covers many different topics. Some are to do with men, some are not. The majority of Ursula dominated conversation is her explaining her work and her powers to a rather frightened and dumbstruck Ariel. It would pass based on that conversation, even disregarding the issue of whether disregarding the issue of conversations where one participant is mute. So,
Yes.
I think it passes.
Yeah.
I give it a sure.
So the next one is My Princess, Belle, with Beauty and the Beast, and it's a soft yes. There are multiple named female characters: Belle, Mrs. Potts, Babette, and Madame Garderobe.
I don't know. That's
Is that
how.
how you-
I don't know. I think it's garderobe. I don't know. It's the wardrobe. But that's what they say her name is.
It's the wardrobe.
Yeah, the wardrobe. That's what they say her name is.
Yeah, and these female characters do talk to each other about a topic other than a man, but it is kind of dicey, and Gabby will explain why.
Yeah. User Sam said, Belle's first exchange with Garderobe doesn't mention the Beast or any other men at all. It's Garderobe complimenting Belle's appearance and Belle refuting the idea of her being a princess. It's a short conversation, but that still counts. But, like, it's like one, 15-second conversation?
Yeah. I mean, Mrs. Potts has a lot of conversations with Belle.
But it's all about the
There's the-
Beast.
No?
Yeah? Or about...
There's the one about her, like, just, like, coming back from home, like, right when we meet when Belle meets Mrs. Potts. Or being, like, the whole thing about, like, oh, that was awfully brave of what you did.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I guess I haven't...
But that's still kind of about her dad, but...
Yeah. Yeah, like,
So.
it's either about the Beast or about her dad or, like...
Yeah.
Which is, like... I mean, at least it's about her dad and not, like, a romantic partner, you know? Her dad is, like...
I know.
It's family, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, it's just... It's kind of... I don't know. This movie is... I like it. I like it a lot.
Same.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's kind of in the middle for me on this at least.
So the next Disney princess is a
Utter failure.
utter failure.
0 out
There
of
is
10.
only one named female character, being Jasmine in Aladdin.
Yep.
And based on that alone, it fails. Jasmine is somewhat of a strong female character, but not really too much. They give her more in the new one, the live action one with Will Smith.
The new one passes, like 100% passes.
Oh yeah, I was like, how? And then I was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot about her handmaiden.
Delia, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was her name.
Yep.
I saw that movie like once or twice.
I love that movie. It's so good. The colors are just 10 out of 10.
It is. It's gorgeous.
The colors are gorgeous. So, but yeah, the original 1990 whatever Aladdin, yeah,
No.
0 out of 10.
And Mulan, being the next one, is kinda, there are multiple named female characters, being Mulan, Grandmother Fa, and Fa Li.
Okay.
And they all talk to each other.
Okay, really quick though. I wasn't sure if Grandmother Fa counted because, like, grandmother is a title, not a name. Also, Fa is like the family name, right? Because it's Fa Mulan, Fa Li, Fa, I don't remember the dad's name, but
I don't think they give her.
he has a name. The guy who, like, comes when he's like, Fa, whatever your name is, you need to come fight in the emperor's army against the Huns. And then Mulan is like, no, can't you see? He's ill. And he's like, no, Mulan, I must. I thought that was a very good reenactment.
Fa Zhao?
Yes.
Zhou.
Yes. That's the dad.
Yes.
But, like, it's like the same thing, like Li Shang.
Yeah.
That, right? Li is their family name.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if Grandmother Fa really counts. I don't know. It depends. I think it just depends on, like, how prominent they are in the movie. And I think Grandmother Fa is, like, she's pretty prominent in this movie. She's, like...
Yeah, she is.
She's like, a big deal. So I say, okay.
You want to talk about her scenes?
Sure. Yeah, so, again... User Luminum coming in clutch with more of these.
Thank you, User Luminum.
I know, seriously, they were very helpful for me. So there are like a few scenes with Grandmother Fa, like when she tells Fa Li that the ancestors can't be that lucky because they're dead, right? Because like Fa Li goes, "Oh, I must pray to the ancestors for luck," and Grandmother Fa goes, "How lucky can they be? They're dead." And then Fa Li cries out to Grandmother Fa not to walk in the street, and she does, and she's like, haha, the cricket is lucky, because she doesn't get hit by the cart or whatever. And there's also a few interactions that are not specifically about a guy. So Mulan says, I'm here, what, but mama, I had to. And then Fa Li says, no excuses, now let's get you cleaned up. And then also Fa Li says, Mulan, what's this, indicating the notes that she takes on her arms. And Mulan says, notes in case I forget something. And Grandmother Fa gives her the cricket and says, hold this, I will need more luck than I thought. Interestingly, when the matchmaker is testing Mulan, she doesn't really bring up her husband, instead stating that she's too skinny to bear sons and that she must demonstrate her grace and dignity to please her in-laws. This suggests the idea of honor through marriage is not really male-focused and is more focused on the ability to produce male children and please family members. So you could argue that the film is functioning within a patriarchal framework, not to mention that it's the theme in which Mulan must rebel against, but it's specifically resulting in the topics of discussion being directly about... It's not specifically resulting in the topics of discussion being directly about a man. So,
yeah.
Kinda. I guess that's the consensus, is kinda.
Yes. Our next film is Princess and the Frog, and it passes as well.
Hardcore
with
pass.
flying colors. There's multiple named women, being Tiana, Charlotte, Mama Odie, and Eudora, who is Tiana's mom, and Big Daddy calls her by this name in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk to each other about topics other than a man. Charlotte and Tiana talk about her restaurant a ton. They also talk about their friendship and their dreams coming true. Tiana and her mom talk about the restaurant. Tiana talks to Mama Odie about becoming human again, and they also talk about how to improve the gumbo. And Eudora also scolds the girls about teasing the cat as she reads them a bedtime story.
Yeah, and there weren't many comments about this one. Everybody pretty much agreed. They were like, yeah, yep, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tangled.
It also passes.
I think it passes. People say it's kind of dicey, but I think it totally passes. So...
Oh, it totally does.
Yeah, because there's two named female characters, Rapunzel and Mother Gothel, and they often talk about things that are not men. Like, many times Mother Gothel is just, like, manipulating Rapunzel to, like, stay in the tower. Like, she really only mentions men once in Mother Knows Best, 3 times if you count, like, ruffians and thugs. But, like, you know... She doesn't...
Yeah, and it's men with pointy teeth.
Yeah, it's men with pointy teeth. That's basically it. But user Win said, two of the three main personalities, who in fact come across as the two most dominating personalities in the entire film, are female. The man really only saves the woman once, at which point it turns right around and she has to save him. In fact, the woman has to rescue the man way more often than he has to rescue her. Rapunzel is shown to be more than capable of rescuing herself most of the time, and she turns her traditionally female aspects that would shove her into housewifery, such as her long hair and frying pan, into forces that can easily defeat virtually any man trying to stop her from going out into the world. So, I think it passes.
I do as well.
Yeah, so...
The next one that also passes
Like,
is Brave. Like, duh. Multiple named women, being Merida and Queen Eleanor and Maudie, and they talk about something other than a man. Merida and Queen Eleanor have this whole montage where Queen Eleanor teaches Merida how to be a princess. They talk about their relationship, they being Merida and her mom, and Merida and Maudie talk about Eleanor.
Yeah, not a lot but a little bit. So Moana.
Yeah.
Moana has the same issue that Mulan does, in which the grandmother character is a very, very important character in this film. But
Yes.
she doesn't really have a name. She has like...
But she does in the credits.
She does in the credits. So it's like, kind of... I don't know. So there are multiple named women, right? Moana. Grandma Tala is her name in the credits, but she's only referred to as grandma or mom.
Yeah.
And there's also Tefiti/Teka, who are the same person. But yeah.
Spoiler alert for Moana.
Yeah. So, okay. Grandma Tala and Moana have like very, 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 very many meaningful conversations with each other about their family and who Moana is destined to be and what Moana has to do and the ocean choosing her and like how...
And Moana and Tafiti have, or technically Taka have it being like, I know who you are kind of stuff.
And it's like more about finding who you are. But like Grandma Tala is the one who like really initiates this whole thing. She's the one who really tells Moana, like, you know who you are. Believe in yourself. You can do this.
Yeah.
But people are salty because Grandma Tala isn't named except in the credits. But I think she plays a significant enough role that it's okay.
I agree.
I think that her significance is much greater than that of Grandma Fa in Mulan. Especially because she's the one who jumpstarts basically the entire plot line.
I agree.
So, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, if you took this character out, would the movie be the same? And absolutely not.
Yeah. Because she is the one. And she's like even the one who like shows Moana the ships.
Yeah.
Like the cave with the ships.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway. Those are my thoughts. Some people may disagree, and others in the comments of BechtelTest.com do not agree. But you know what? This is our podcast. We get to decide.
And we agree.
Yeah, so moving on.
Frozen. And of course Frozen counts. There are multiple named women, Anna and Elsa.
The two main characters.
Yeah, and they talk to each other about something other than a man. Primarily, like, the two primary characters are sisters who are very close growing up, but become emotionally estranged. And the film opens with them talking and spending time alone together as children. And a major conversation between them as adults is key to the movie. And it's fundamentally a movie about the connection between two women over the course of their lives, over than, like, I'm gonna find a man now.
Yeah. That's Anna's motivation at the beginning, but then towards the end it's like, oh wait, no, that's not what's important. What's important is getting my sister back and like, you know. So yeah. Thanks, user Nessinos, for explaining that.
Yes,
I think it's perfectly explained by them.
I do too.
Okay, so
what are some movies that don't pass the Bechdel test?
Honestly, there are some that I was kind of shocked about. Like there's some like pretty new movies that fail.
Yeah.
Like Luca. That came out 2 years ago.
Last 2 years?
2020 or 2021?
I thought it was 2021.
Oh, shoot. Was it? Oh, no, I think you're right. It is 2021. Just kidding. It came out.
It is 2021.
Okay, it came out last year. But yeah, Luca doesn't pass. The only named female is Julia.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, there's the mom, but like...
Is Luca's mom not named?
I honestly can't remember if she's named or not.
Luca's mom. I don't know if she's named in the film, but she does have a name.
Which is?
Daniela.
Okay, I kind of remember the dad calling her Daniela. But they never interact.
Yep. No, they don't.
And she interacts with the grandmother, right?
Is it the grandmother?
Right? Isn't there a grandmother?
Probably.
They interact,
Luca.
but they're only talking about Luca.
Which is a man.
Yeah.
And the grandmother's not named. It's just grandma, whatever.
Yeah.
And she's not as major of a character like the other two grandmothers.
Yeah, no, that's a character that you could totally take out of the film and you'd never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't even matter. The only person they talk about is Luca, and Julia never talks to either of them. So, yep, fail.
Yep. The next one that really surprised me, like extremely, is Big Hero 6 from 2014, and there's many female characters that are named, being Honey Lemon, Go-Go, and Aunt Cass, but none of them talk to each other.
No. They only talk
Which
to,
I
like,
thought,
Hiro
I
or the
definitely
other guys.
thought Go-Go and Honey Lemon talk to each other.
But it's about Hiro, or, like, about the other guys. It's
Yeah.
never like, oh, that was a cool thing you just did, or like, how are you doing
Yeah.
this? Even if it is, how did you do that? Oh, Hiro did blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right? But I still think that, like, see, this is a perfect example of where, like, the Bechdel test fails because it's such a wonderfully feminist movie. Like, Honey Lemon, like, literally is a scientist, and she is sitting there punching the elements into these things.
I was about to say, like, she's making, like, chemicals up and, like, mixing them,
off the top of her head.
like, off the top of her head in the middle of a battle.
Yeah, like, it's the periodic table. It's not, like, preset mixes that Hiro made. Like, she's coming up with these, like, off on the spot.
Yeah.
And, like, Go-Go is, like, super strong and, like, super strong character. You know, she's not the typical, like, girly, smiley, happy-go-lucky girl.
Yeah.
And Aunt Cass, single parent, who's a single adopted parent, you know?
Yeah.
Which, first time we've seen that.
In a Disney film.
Yeah. So, see, this is a prime example of where the Bechdel test doesn't make up for that kind of thing. So,
I'm noticing that the next 3 are Pixar, so 4 of the 6 are Pixar.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So the next one is Finding Nemo from 2003. Not Finding Dory. Finding Dory is fine. Just Finding Nemo. But there are many females in this movie. Dory, Darla, and Deb/Flo.
What about the starfish?
That's a guy.
It's a guy?
Yeah.
I definitely thought it was a girl this entire, like...
No, that's a guy. I think it's a guy. I think it's a guy. Pause.
Allison Janney, voiced the starfish.
Yeah, but also a girl voiced Flounder, so...
True. She is she was purchased by the dentist, is literally the second line
Okay. So...
in the Pixar fandom thing. And her name is Peach.
I always thought it was a guy. I did not think it was a girl.
No, Piglet is a boy,
Yeah, I know.
not Peach.
No, I always thought Peach was a boy.
Never.
Never mind then. Well, I mean, do they even really ever interact though? I mean, they interact, but I don't think they have a conversation about anything.
I don't think they have a conversation
Just the two of
about
them.
anything, no. Yeah.
No, it's with everybody else.
And the, like, only conversations, like, Honey Lemon and Go-Go are about Nemo.
Yeah, or when they're...
Or Gil.
Or the dentist.
Or the dentist.
Okay, so... Yeah.
Yeah. The next one is also a Pixar movie, and there are 2 named women, and this is Ratatouille, being Colette and LeClaire. Who's LeClaire?
LeClaire, she's the food critic, the first food critic that comes.
Oh,
The blonde lady who kind of looks like she kind
Yeah.
of reminds me of the silver-haired girl from The Incredibles.
Incredibles 1?
Yeah. The one who, like, introduces Mr. Incredible to the island. You know who I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes.
The Incredibles passes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But they do not talk to each other at all in the
no,
film,
they don't even
so
interact.
the
They don't
test
even have a
fails.
scene together.
No.
No. So, next. Another Pixar film, Up, from 2009. It's literally only Ellie. She is the only female character in this entire movie. And she dies in the first 10 minutes. So,
Yeah.
that tells you that much. But, I mean, I don't think this is what that story's about. I think it's much, you know, like
Yeah.
we've said, it's not necessarily about that. The story is more about the grief of Carl and trying to fulfill her dream and their dream that they had together. So in a way, I mean, like, he's trying to honor her, and it's not necessarily about that, you know, it's not necessarily about being, that's not the focus of it, right? It's about being equal gendered.
And
or
then
whatever.
our last film that does not pass the Bechdel test is The Lion King from 1994. And there are many female characters named, being Nala, Sarabi, and Shinzi, but they never interact.
Well, Nala and Sarabi interact, but Scar's
they
there.
talk about Simba, and Scar's there.
Yeah, and they talk about Scar.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, where's Simba? And she's like, oh, he's never coming back. And and Shenzi only talks to Ed and Bonsai, so everybody loves Ed, though. So I think that's pretty much it. The last thing we got to talk about is some fandom news. There's a ton that's happened in the last, 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, tons that's happened in the last 2 days.
Yes. So Walt Disney World just announced that they increased prices on multi-day, Park Hopper, and Park Hopper Plus tickets effective immediately. And new ticket prices for Walt Disney World can be found at disneyworld.disney.go.com.
Of course they did. Of course.
Of course they did.
Licensing rights are now available for Kinky Boots. Musical Theater International has acquired the licensing rights for the Tony Award-winning musical.
On February 15th, history was made. Brittany Johnson took her first bow as the first black actor to play full-time as Glinda in Wicked on Broadway.
Woohoo! Go her!
Yeah. She's, yeah.
World of Color projector houses have been installed at Paradise Bay Lagoon at Disney California Adventure, so World of Color will be coming back soon.
Yes. And on February 16th, Disney Weddings unveiled the Disney Fairy Tale Carriage at Disneyland Paris.
Ooh, very fancy. MCC Theater announces performers for 2022 Miscast happening on April 4th. This event will honor Christine Baranski and feature performances from Uzu Aduba? Yeah. Raul Esparza. Wow. Joshua Henry. Annika Noni Rose. Jennifer Samard. Sky Dakota Turner. And Aaron Tveit.
And Disney reveals new details on entertainment offerings for their new ship, the Disney Wish. These include Olaf's Royal Practice, which will be an interactive musical experience for families with children ages 3 to 12. You can expect floral summer decor, summer treats and picnic fare, and gifts for the little ones such as plushies, picnic blankets, and a custom Nordic-style mandolin.
That's so cute.
I know. Luna Entertainment Hub Space, which will be a 2-story LED wall, stage, and bar. And it will be home to 2 live shows, including Villain Game Night, a game show where guests will answer questions amid the jeers and sneers of nefarious Disney foes, including Cruella de Vil, Gaston, Hades, Maleficent, and
that
more.
Sounds like so much fun.
I know. And the Disney Wish is also putting guests in the spotlight with Disney Songbook, another new show that will let you belt out your favorite Disney songs while a camera crew puts your performance on the big screen.
Also fun. That sounds like a blast. We should go.
Yeah, we should go. Absolutely. I was writing this down and I was like, okay, so this sounds like Gabby and I need to do this.
Yeah, absolutely. A big news for Disneyland in Anaheim, Mickey's Toontown will be closing on March 9th for reimagining. It's set to reopen in early 2023, along with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Gadget's Go Coaster, Goofy's House, and Donald's Boat will be reimagined as well as We're Not Losing Roger Rabbit. It's staying right where it is, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, why?
Yes. So on February 20th, which is when we're recording it in 2 days, Jordan Fisher will play his final, and also my birthday. Jordan Fisher will be playing his final performance as Evan Hansen in Dear Evan Hansen, and Zachary Noah Pizer will be taking over the role in Dear Evan Hansen. And this spring, the show will welcome back Ben Levi Ross as Evan, and this summer, Sam Primack will take over the role.
Very nice. Encanto composer Lin-Manuel Miranda has pitched a concept for a Disney theme park attraction based off the film to Bob Chapek. Miranda recognizes that it's still very early to be discussing an attraction. However, if that becomes a reality, Miranda hopes that guests can, quote, go in and out of this casita and see those characters and see the house respond, end quote.
Yes, I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh.
That's pretty cool.
Please, we need this.
Let's be honest, Bob Chapek would never. No, he wouldn't.
Star Wars legend John Williams has just been announced to come back to. Okay, I'm gonna restart that. So, Star Wars legend John Williams has composed the Obi-Wan Kenobi show theme song.
I cannot
contain
my
so
excitement.
Excited.
Oh my gosh!
I found that out that he was coming back to Star Wars and was like, "Oh my god,
that's amazing!"
Really? I know.
Oh my gosh!
Among other films legend, but the article I was reading specifically said Star Wars legend John Williams, so
he also did Jurassic Park, and that's all I can think of off the top of my head. I think Jaws, yeah. Talia Simone Robinson will play the role of Zoe Murphy beginning in May. She is currently a Zoe/Alana understudy and will be the first Black actor to play the role of Zoe Murphy full-time. Gabrielle Karuba? Sure. Karuba, who is currently playing the role on Broadway, will play her final performance on May 1st.
Yes. On February 14th, Netflix released the Bridgerton Season 2 official trailer and announced that the show will return on March 25th, 2022.
Yes!
I'm so
also,
excited.
I have one more after our last one. Okay. This one I think is very exciting, but Disney shareholders are currently trying to vote out Disney CEO Bob Chapek. Well, I thought he was Disney Parks CEO, not the whole company.
Yeah, I think he's Disney Parks CEO.
But yes, anyway,
but so.
Many people are very happy about this. There's a petition on change.org. Go sign it if you'd like. I don't know what it'll do, but go for it, man. You know, Bob Chapek, out of here, man. And my last one is that the season 4 of Marvelous Miss Maisel just dropped on Amazon yesterday, which is February 17th.
17th. Yes.
So yeah.
I have never seen that show.
It's so good.
I know, I need to watch it.
It's so good. Okay, if you watch Miss Maisel, I'll watch the Tangled series.
Okay.
I mean, I should watch the Tangled series anyway, but...
Yeah, you should. But let's start it. As soon as we finish, I just start watching the show.
Okay, I have stuff to do today, so...
I technically have stuff I need to do, but it's fine.
I have, probably 2 dozen, maybe 3 dozen cookies I have to make. I think just 2.
I need to be editing videos.
I think I'm just going to make 2 dozen. Anyway, shall we see these people in the outro?
Yeah, we should.
Cool.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Fan Fatales. We are a proud part of the Real Fans Network.
That's right. There's a huge variety of shows to listen to, like Real Fans for Real Movies, Holy Batcast, Disorder, Please Rewind, and many more.
Join us next week where we will be talking about some theater icons like costumes and actors and actresses and everything else.
Remember to subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
We're on Apple, Spotify, and Google Podcasts, and subscribe to us on YouTube.
Please leave us a review and comment down below to tell us what you thought of the show. Remember to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at FanFatalesPod for the latest updates and to possibly be featured in a future episode. Now, Emma, where can the people find you on social media?
So my Instagram and TikTok are both at SnippyEmma, which is SNIPPYEMMA. What about you, Gabs?
I'm at Gabby Gent on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. That's GABYJENT.
Our music is by our amazing friend, Maddie Macon.
And our editing is by the wonderful Carol Lensmeyer.
As always, thanks for tuning in.
Bye! The views expressed in this episode are expressly our own and do not reflect the brand or company they're about.